Hey there, YouTube. So today we'll be working on my 2001 Chevy Silverado 1500. We're going to be replacing the front bumper and these marker lenses on the left and right side. I'd gotten into an accident, I'd say about a year ago now, and just haven't had the time to replace the front bumper. But I went ahead and grabbed a bumper from the junkyard. I'll show it to you right now. So here's the bumper I grabbed from the junkyard. You'll see shortly my bumper that's on the car right now. It's got hit right here in the front. The only thing that's wrong with this bumper is that the mounting brackets underneath are pretty rotted on this one, so I bought some different mounting brackets. So we'll get started to removing the original bumper, pulling the truck out, and then we'll start putting the brackets on this, and then pulling the truck back in and tidying up this whole process. Now I believe the first thing we need to do is remove this top dress cover, plastic shroud. So let's go ahead and do that. Pop these plastic clips up. Looks to be about 7 of them, and then we'll take this guy off. Just to give you guys a better view of this, so just take your flat blade screwdriver, stuff it under here, work around until you get this center section to pop up. Probably better without any gloves, or if you had needle nose pliers. There we go. So the center piece pops out, and then you can remove the other piece. Just be careful, just work around. I mean, it's like 30 degrees outside, so this plastic's all cold, so you gotta be gentle with it. Just work it, and you'll get the pieces out that you need, and they won't be broken. Let's go do 6 more of these. Okay, now we've got our shroud out of the way, which is really good. And so I'm gonna have to remove the front grille to get myself more access. So this is the retainer for the grille, and it looks like there's a Phillips head slot on it, but there's also a clip on the back, so you have to actually pry a tab up while twisting this, and if you don't pry that tab up, then you could break it. I mean, this is 21-year-old plastic that we're talking about. So while you rotate that Phillips head on the front, you gotta come in here and lift this up. So I think this is as good as I can get you guys. There you go. That's how you take it out. Now I think we should probably remove these headlights. So go ahead and undo these rods. Pull the rods out. Come on, you know you want to come out. There you go. Go ahead, take our screwdriver. Just pull up on these clips, be very gentle. These will break on you if you apply too much force. Wiggle jiggle her out slow, and you win. Just get the screwdriver blade underneath. There's one headlight. The only 2 things left holding in this front grille is this clip on either side, and then this whole thing will come out. You actually got to get on this side and pull it or push it, and then it should pop out. So we're gonna try to go from behind. You can see why you had to go from the outside of the fender and push this tab in. Okay, so this one 10mm bolt holding that in, and then the whole grille should pop out. Hey, there we go. Go ahead and thread that back in so you don't lose the bolt. And now we've got our whole grill assembly. Easy peasy. So just a quick recap on the grill assembly. There's one retainer here, another plastic one down here. You've got the clip up here on the ear. And the way to get that clip out, go from the outside of the fender, come up from under it, and you can get at that clip with the flat blade screwdriver, push it towards the engine, and then pull the whole grill out. And then essentially those three parts on the same side. And then we've got our one 10mm retainer here. Out comes the big old Chevrolet grill on your 1500. Now these marker lenses are pretty easy to remove. There's just a clip right here that we're gonna push, work out. There you go. That's how that comes out. This just twists, pulls. Make sure to keep the gasket. That's very important. This one, you gotta pinch and then twist. Okay. Again, keep that gasket. Last one again, pinch the tab. Oh, come on. There we go, and twist. Okay. Excellent. This is going in the trash. Okay, so now we have a much nicer view of those bolts. You can see the one there, and then you can see that one, that's the driver's side bolt. But I was able to fit a 3/8 socket in there, so we're gonna go ahead and see if we can zip that bolt out. It might end up to where it collides with this brace. I really hope that's not the case. Let's go ahead and start it from this side, so I don't smash into my power steering cooler, which is gonna break if you breathe on it. One bolt down. So go ahead and start cutting this whole area out. Now I would just use like a rotary tool or something, but that'll make burning plastic smell, and I don't want to deal with that smell, so I'm just going to use some tin snips. Don't know how well that is coming on camera, but essentially what I did, I just took a pry bar under that mounting tab and I'm bending it up, trying to get more space for my socket to fit, and it does fit. The socket does fit better now. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can pry on this a little bit more, and then hopefully we'll get the bolt out. We have our second bolt out. Those are probably the two hardest bolts on this one, just because of the way the bumper, crashed in. Then we've got 4 bolts on the bottom. So we're now underneath the truck. We've got that bolt and that bolt to undo. They're both 15mm. We'll just get at it from the top here. After that, there are 2 braces on either side of the truck. So this is on the driver's side. We're just gonna go ahead and zip this bolt out and keep it bolted into the chassis. I did order new ones of these. I don't know if these ones are bent or not, but we'll replace them anyways. These ones should also be 15. So all the bolts are out. This bumper should pull off. I checked to make sure that the wheel wells didn't have any clips on them. Just make sure that yours still don't have any clips retaining to the wheel wells either. But all right. Whoa. Excellent. Now that we got the bumper removed, we can see the damage to the brackets, and like I was saying, that these are integral to the chassis, so I really don't understand how you replace these once they're bent. I don't think you do. I think you just bend them back. So I've got a tool where this will push it up, but I don't know how I'm gonna pull it back. I may have to use a slide hammer or something, but we'll figure that out once we'll figure it out soon. But right now I'm happy this whole bumper's off. We'll go ahead and prep the new one with our new brackets and everything like that. I purchased these frame tools from Harbor Freight probably like last year. Never used them. I was going to use them for something, and I never got around to it. So I'll show you what I'll use to straighten. Oh, that's great. That leaked hydraulic oil everywhere. Perfect. Can't make that up. And we've also got this one as well. But that was the kit that I wanted to use. So as you can see, we got the wedge kind of under here. We'll go ahead and start pumping this up, see if this thing even works. Lost quite a bit of oil, so hopefully it does. Oh, we got movement. I'll take it. Okay. Release that. And now that we opened it up a bit more, stick it further in. I think that's about as good as I can get that, because quite honestly, this whole thing needs to come up straight now. So the same thing as the other side, stuff this wedge in there. I'll go ahead and pump on the pump. We'll see how well this little rod does. Kind of hold it like this. I don't know how far this thing extends. Oh, looks like it extends enough. A little too much there. Wow, let's move to this side. Not completely straight, but again, it's getting there, and it's better than what it was. Piston tool, we're just locking against this front bar. So I'm going to try to go a bit more inboard on our bracket to try to get it to straighten out from the middle rather than the edge. Careful your fingers. They're locked up. Okay. One more pump. Let it release, because it'll relax a little bit. The metal will relax. Right about there. So you can see here the bumper bracket, or the corner bracket, is all, on this side is all rotted. The other side, it was kind of layered up with rust. So we'll just go ahead and install these new ones. There's a nut on this side that it looks like it's not friendly on both sides. And then there's a bolt. So bolt goes up, nut on the top, and that's how these bumper brackets get fitted. All right, now that those two brackets are on, now we'll go ahead and refit it. And slide this guy on. There we go. Wow. It's like really tight fit. Wow. So after looking at everything, this thing fits up pretty good now. Brackets are, for the most part, straightened. So I'm going to go ahead, fit the bumper up, put the headlights on and the grill back on, and it should be ready to go. Man, you guys have no idea how happy I am that I'm finally done with that bumper. This bumper turned out great. I'm very happy with how it looks. It looks a lot better than the old one did, so that's a plus. Cost me, I think it was $40 for the bumper. And that was everything, you know, the top valence, the chrome center, and the bottom valence. Go support your local U-Poles. They're really good, you know, for stuff like this and helping you out of a pickle. The only thing I bought new was the brackets. I think those were in total about 40. And the marker lights, personally just buy them new because the junkyard prices versus the new prices they're almost the same. It was very interesting to use the body hydraulic tool. Never used that before. Super helpful. I think you could absolutely have done this without that tool if you had access to a tree and some ratchet straps and or chains, or a fixed point, you know, in your garage or something. But if you're like me and you know you don't have any of that stuff, you're just doing this out of your garage, I don't know. I think you could have been able to do it maybe with a slide hammer, a lot of heat, and like hammers and chisels and punches. But that tool just made it, you know, totally like effortless. It was awesome. I loved using it. I hope to use it more in the future. Actually, I don't hope to use it more in the future because then that means I would be doing more body work, and that means I would be getting into accidents. So it's a good tool to have when accidents do happen. Anyways, I really hope you guys found this video educational, entertaining, and helpful. I hope this helps somebody out in some way. I had a lot of fun doing this. Like always, everyone take care and thanks.